Everyone, welcome to the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Omoite. The Independent National Electoral Commission is holding the first off-cycle election since the 2023 general elections today as the people of Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi State decide on their governors for the new four-year term. A total of 46,000 regular and ad hoc staff are deployed in the three states, according to the electoral body. At least 126 national and international organizations are accredited with 11,000 observers deployed for the election, while 80 media organizations applied to deploy 1,203 personnel, including journalists, technical and support staff. All 18 political parties are contesting in Kogi State, while Imo and Bayelsa have 17 and 16 candidates, respectively, with the parties deploying 137,000 agents. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Committee Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakub says the election will be held in 10,470 polling units across 649 electoral wards in 56 local government areas. Also, the Inspector General of Police called for voters and everyone involved in the electoral process to respect the laws.
Election. We have carried out our threat assessment, and that has informed us with respect to allocation of our resources and deployment of our men. All the security agencies are collaborating strongly to ensure that this election is violence-free. My appeal to people who may want to come out to make trouble during this election is to stay away from this election, because there will be no place for them to operate in this election. We are aware of negative mobilization by some supporters of some candidates, and we're already monitoring them. We are ready for them for this election. I appeal to them to stay away from this election. Those who want to come out and disrupt the election should just stay away. And I appeal to the electorates to come out en masse and to come and cast their votes during this election.
Meanwhile, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, says Nigerians are tired of election with violence and that security operatives will be on ground to make a difference.
Sure, Nigerians, especially those in those three states for the off-season election, not to have any fear or any doubt that the armed forces and the police and other security agencies will be fully on ground. Every Nigerian, we're sure, is tired of elections with violence. This we intend to make it different. We want to do things differently. We want, at the end of it, every Nigerian should be proud, first to be a Nigerian, first to understand that elections are now free and fair. We want everybody who wins an election should be happy that he won, and he won very well without any intimidation.
Minister of Education Professor Tai Maman and the Minister of State for Education Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu have promised that the ministry will resolve the transportation and other logistic challenges facing the National Examination Council. Making the promise at a recent briefing session with the leadership of the National Examination Council, Professor Tai Maman said the administration of President Bola Tinubu is problem-solving oriented and that he is ready to resolve all genuine challenges facing the sector within the limits of available resources and legal framework. Professor Maman reiterated the determination of his administration to confront head-on the challenges facing the sector, calling on all hands to be on deck in the onerous task of nation building. On his part, Minister of State for Education Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu said the National Examination Council is the pride of the nation and that everything humanly possible must be done to enable the council fulfill the mandate for which it was set up. He also used the occasion to warn any institution or establishment from discriminating against the NECO certificate, maintaining that such would amount to denigrating the nation. The Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology has called on stakeholders, investors, and the academia to actively build trust in scientific methodologies and research outcomes, societal advancement. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, who made the call at the World Science Day for Peace and Development in Abuja. Represented by the Special Technical Assistant on Strategy and Programs, Professor Martins Ikemonzo, the minister noted that the success and societal impact of scientific advancement rely heavily on the trust they garner from the public.
Commercialize our indigenous research and development in the country. We have designed an annual program called the Science and Technology Expo, which is strategically aimed at showcasing the use of science and technological inventions, innovations, and majorly the research and development products and results of the Federal Ministry of Science, of Innovation, Science and Technologies agencies, and those of other ministries, as well as research activities in tertiary institutions across the country to attract micro, small, and medium enterprises. Permit me at this juncture.
In their goodwill messages, the UNESCO representatives, Dr. Enang Moma, Professor Nono of the Department of Physics, Federal University of Technology, Mina, emphasized the importance of transparency in science, adding that the challenges in science research include poor communication, inadequate funding, government policies, and poor incentives.
Also recognizing the successes that science have recorded in the world. Building trust in science has a lot of benefits. Trust in science leads to development. It brings solutions to so many of world's challenges, creates accessibility of data for researchers, enhances the freedom and safety of scientists, strengthens science-based policy decision, and justice and process.
This year's celebration is very comprehensive, with students engaged in quiz competition, which you just witnessed, and also projects exhibition to mark this day. This occasion cannot achieve its objective without the contribution of one of the major stakeholders of the ministry, the media. We recognize you. I therefore enjoin you to ensure that the key highlights of the event get to every Nigerian whenever.
And in sports, the defeat. Inter Miami saluted Argentine star Lionel Messi's 8th Ballon d'Or on Friday, but their friendly match to mark the achievement ended in a 2-1 loss to MLS rivals, that's the New York City FC. The defeat in a match between two teams long out of the MLS Championship running was just a footnote on a celebratory night that began with Messi offering his thanks to fans for the welcome it received in Florida. The 36-year-old superstar received a rapturous welcome when he arrived at Inter Miami in July and powered the struggling franchise to the League's Cup title in a tournament with MLS and Mexican League clubs in August. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Omoite. Good afternoon.